Oh, the sugar or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all wild. And it's possible, I don't know.
Right.
But they're that way. Some days you don't make first place with them at all, you know. And it makes me feel bad because I feel like a failure, you know. And that's the days I hate so much.
Yeah. But you still do it.
I still do it.
Get
The
up
rest
and
of the
do it.
time it's nice for me to speak my native tongue that was my first language.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love it by. I'm able to speak my language to people, you know, out here and keep going, you know, and explain them what was Mandan, why they say this about, this is how they identify this bird, identify this animal, and on down the line. And they say this when I say my language. That's what makes me feel very good.
As I was driving here from Dickinson, I saw a lot of oil wells.
Yeah.
And natural gas flaring off. Is that a? And I think that's true on the other side of the lake too. There's some.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that helping the native people, or is it a good thing or bad thing?
I'm going to say it's a little sad side of the deal because only, let me say, out of this side of the river, probably, if there's 5 or 6 people is striking rich on oil wells, that's a lot of people.
Mm.
And the rest of us are still sitting without.
Right.
And if we're going to ever get one, or nobody knows that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all right one way to say there's oil wells on Fort Berthold Reservation, but and the other side is nobody. Some of the majority of them is not getting that either, you know.
Right. What do you think of the green movement and the environmental movement in terms of a lot of people where I live in New York, in a big city, they look around and they say that we're choking on our own garbage and our exhaust fumes and using the land and what's under it and above it in a way that isn't sustainable, that in 100 years our grandchildren are going to pay the price for it with pollution. And how do you feel about all that?
Well, I feel the same way as the rest of the world feels, you know, that I don't think it's a good thing what we're facing in the future, in the years ahead. Because we and other older people won't be here. And it's a younger generation that's going to, maybe it won't be till their children next that's going to start happening, things going to happen.
Right.
If they're lucky enough. If not, they're going to face it.
It's, if things are out of balance, and I think they are, Native Americans told people that a long time ago, you know, not that their society was perfect, but you look at how they managed the land and the animals and with a small footprint compared to the massive dams and the stuff that we have today.
Yeah, yeah. It's true. There is one thing I want to mention, though. There was the Mandan person that keeps the turtles. Mandan tribe, Mandan people believe in, they have a faith in turtles, of the story that I was told, and why, and today. And the history of it comes from people that fasted, and it was given to them, and it was given to the Mandan tribe, and on down it comes down. They don't all have full detail of how it came about, what you're supposed to do, and how it's supposed to be prayed over, and all that, you know, and your faith in it, and believe. We're losing that. We lost that to now, and I still have. Why? My question is today, is all that story I heard was told to me, and it makes me a kind of a believer. Maybe it's coming to that point. This story came up to where when the four turtles separated, one of them went back to the water because what they were issued or what they were receiving, we wanted the same as the rest of them. He never got it, so he went, me, I'll go back to the water and I'll live down there. And they held him and they said they're going to fix it and he'll get whatever feathers it was he was supposed to get. He ignored it all and he went back. Someday when you pray, you all pray and you have food, you put it on a willow stick and leave it in the water. I'll be getting it too. And one of them is over here at the Crowsart place. Family, they're the keeper to that. And the other two are left with me. Not with me, it was left with my grandfather, and he prayed and all this stuff, and then he kept the worshiping on it till his time ended. He said, when I go, son, you have to take over. That's the way it's got to go from me to my son, and from you to your son. So he left it with my dad. My dad kept it. And about a year before, he said something. My health is no good, it's failed, but when I go, he said, one day when I'm gone, the rest of the turtles is up to you. And I ended up with them in 1959 when my dad passed on. And I've kept them since, and I live with them. No matter what happens in your life, that you lose members, family, whatever, don't never leave these turtles and go. Maybe somebody might make you mad. You want to leave and then go away like a lot of people do. Don't do that. You stay with them. You stay here with them. Keep them up. It kind of scares me when I think about it today. At the end of the time, when it comes, end of the time, I think for the Mandans is here now. I'm all alone, and they were given to me to keep and stay with them. This is coming to the end of the time. It makes me feel and think that's what it is. And he says, when that time comes, it was a prophecy said way back then, when it comes to that time, you take them turtles and turn them over, and the drum stick is there. And you pound the belly and sing any kind of a song, Indian song, and when you get done, take them and throw them in the water, put them back to the water.
Back with the other one.
Yeah. And then, and you wait and see this red water is going to rise and rise and rise. It'll cover this world, yeah.
Wow. So you don't have anybody to give them to, really?
No, I don't have any. I only have 3 daughters of mine. I thought about that a couple of nights ago, and it kind of scares me. Did they really know what they were talking about way back then?
They saw in the future, maybe.
And of all people, I'm the only one here with them. They give them to me. Why was I appointed to this? How did they know that I'm going to live this long? And remember, the story was told way back in there. You know, the reason why I say that is because I tried to